the last meeting of 2025. This meeting of the Richfield Mayor and Council is being conducted pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975. Adequate notice of the meeting has been given by publishing notice in the record. Furthermore, notice was posted in the Borough Richfield Municipal Building. Madam Clerk, please call the roll. Here.
Councilman Hamilton Haley. Here. Councilman Phillips.
Here.
Councilman Rick.
Here.
Councilman Kim. Councilman Rondo. Councilman DePaul.
Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment to remember those who passed away since our last meeting. Okay, please be seated. Are there any citizens' comments on the agenda? If none, I do not have any correspondence. Let's jump right into ordinance number 2526.
As advertised, hearing would be held on ordinance number 2526, entitled an ordinance amending chapter 133, entitled Lane Policy, Procedures, and Programs of the Code of the Borough of Ridgefield.
Can I get a motion to declare the time for the public hearing to be open?
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would anybody like to come up and speak on this? Okay, can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody, final reading, I'm sorry.
Be it ordained by the Borough Council, the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Ridgefield, that an ordinance entitled an ordinance amending chapter 133, anti-bullying policy, procedures, and programs of the Code of the Borough of Ridgefield, introduced on the 8th day of December 2025, to now pass a final reading and be adopted. And that the Borough Clerk be and she is authorized and directed to publish once the aforesaid title, together with notice, date of its passage on final reading and approval thereof, in the record of newspaper circulating in the Borough of Ridgefield.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Compton Haley.
Yes.
Councilman Catolios.
No.
Councilman Rowe.
Yes, my job is representing the other voices and concerns. My answer is no.
Councilwoman Kim.
Yes.
Councilman Raimondo.
Yes.
Councilman Jafar.
Okay, consent agenda.
All items listed are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Borough Council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless the council member so requested, in which case the items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. One motion signifies the adoption of all resolutions and approval of applications and minutes. 258, cancel unexpended proceeds from ordinance. 259, cancel stale checks. 260, authorized to advertise tenant advocate. Fire Department membership, Leonard Vasquez, Company Number 1. Approval of meeting minutes October 14th, October 27th, November 10th, and December 8th, 2025 public session meetings.
Can I get a motion?
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Compton Haley.
Yes.
Councilman Catolios.
Yes.
Councilman Rowe.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kim.
Yes.
Councilman Raimondo.
Yes.
Councilman Jafar.
Is Leonard Vasquez back there?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations, you're on the fire department.
Show up to support him.
Okay, so,
Announce that.
what?
Or I want to announce that.
You want what? I got an announcement for you.
Next is resolution 261, transfer of appropriations.
Go ahead. Oh, do you need it?
Okay.
Oh, no, no, all right, yeah, never mind. Can I get a motion?
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Compton Haley.
Yes.
Councilman Catolios.
Yes.
Councilman Rowe.
Yes.
Councilman Kim.
Yes.
Councilman Raimondo.
Yes.
Councilman Jafar.
Okay, that's the warrants.
Be it resolved that warrants totaling $1,613,328.27 be drawn on the following accounts. Current $1,581,184.03. Trust $34,286.54. Capital $26,230.75. Community grants $1,000. Dog license $4.20. COA $10,649.75. Total $1,613,328.27.
Motion?
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Compton Haley.
Yes.
Councilman Catolios.
Yes.
Councilman Rowe.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kim.
Yes.
Councilman Raimondo.
Yes.
Councilman Jafar.
I don't know what I'm voting on, so I'm gonna abstain. Oh, the warrant list? Yes.
Okay, I have a couple of comments. I hope everybody had either a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, or a joyous Kwanzaa. This past week, I do want to announce, Teresa Consoli reached out to me today. It is up on social media and the website. DPW will be picking up recycling the morning of December 31st. It was missing from the DPW calendar, but we will be picking up, what is it, cans this week? Cans this week, the morning of Wednesday, December 31st. Also like to thank Dominic and his entire DPW department, plus the police and all the first responders. You know, they cleared the street of the snow this past week, and it was pretty, not too heavy, but pretty heavy, heavier than usual. So thank you for doing a great job. And I just want to remind everybody, you know, when you're shoveling, please do not throw snow on the street, and do not park on snow emergency streets, because you will get ticketed and or towed. If you have a question regarding snow emergency street, there is an ordinance, or you could always call the police up to verify. On Saturday, December 20th, Santa came to town for breakfast and to take pictures with the kid. Before Santa left, I got to talk to him, and he said everybody was nice. He did mention somebody on the naughty list, but I won't say anything, Gino. He only mentioned one person on the naughty list. Afterwards, I got to read a story for the kids. It was a great event, and thank you to all involved. Ray Ramirez, of course, and his family. I forgot which daughter was the gingerbread man. Allie. That was a cute costume. The rec committee, the rec commission, Jimmy Corregna, rec committee, that's Joanna, Jim, and Mohammed. And thank you. Who was the caterers again?
Boulevard Diner. They did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, so thank you to them. So it is the end of the year. I just wanted to go over a couple of accomplishments that we were able to do this year. Just a few that I could remember. We replaced the library roof. We paved multiple streets with grant money, and if you notice, PSE&G is doing work all over town. They did pay some paving. Some streets were paved from curb to curb, and some of them were only paved halfway. It depends. Kenny and Dominic worked out a deal with them, and normally they only like to pave where they did the work. But Dominic and Kenny were able to get them to do a little bit more, and they did an excellent job working with it. We replaced the old dugouts at Veterans Field and 5 Firemen's Fields. Seems that the players and coaches were very happy with these improvements. The old dugouts, you know, when it rained a little bit, the puddles would show up, you know, be piling up on the bottom of the dugout. So they're very happy that it didn't happen anymore. I also like to say thank you to Jim. This is his last meeting as a councilman. I'd like to thank you for your service, and you spearheaded a lot of these initiatives. Thank you for your service to the borough. Also, I attended the seniors' Christmas party, and I have to say they can really dance. It's hard for me to keep up with most of them. In ending this, I hope everyone has a safe, healthy, and happy New Year. Safe, of course, and just remember that alternate side of the parking is suspended until Friday. That's all I have. Thank you, Joanne.
All right, so just to piggyback off of what Mayor Hugo said, a little bit about Breakfast with Santa. Also a big thank you to Mayor Hugo for making sure that Santa arrived. He's very close friends with the big man and made sure that he was there. They did pass, as Mayor Hugo then came back later to read to the children. So thank you for that, Mayor Hugo.
Also wanted to thank Tommy and Billy of our Parks Department. They were a huge help with everything. Ray Ramirez, none of this happens without him. Sharon Ramirez, Debbie Fignetti was there with us for the entirety of the event, making sure everything was good to go. And our DPW for making sure the tables were set and the room looked beautiful. So thank you to everybody, including the Rec Commission, our council members on the Rec Commission, and everybody who helped out. Oh, and to the Ridgefield players, I see Chris Shaw there in the back. He had a phenomenal solo at the event. Ridgefield players and Peak Pack were also a huge part of our event. I just want to thank our DPW, police, OEM, and fire for the recent snow removal and snow preparedness that they had. You might not realize all of the work and coordination that goes into these events and really making sure that the borough is ready in the event of an emergency. So thank you to our chiefs of fire and police, all of our borough departments that really work together on that. Thank you, Ridgefield Fire Department, also for the Santa tours. They brought joy to all of the children and lots of howling dogs. I did see very upset dogs while we were doing that, but can't be helped, the sirens are loud. The reorg for the mayor and council is going to be Monday, January 5th at 6 o'clock here at Borough Hall. And the reorg for the Board of Education will be the following night at Ridgefield Memorial High School cafeteria. So if you're like me and you'd like to attend both, we highly recommend that you do. Want to wish everybody a great remainder of their holiday season. Enjoy the time with your families. Happy New Year's. And best wishes to Councilman Contolius as he moves into the next phase.
Yeah, as I mentioned, at the previous meeting, I just, I against, the one committee gains much power and unlimited accessibility. That's the reason why I voted no for resolution 2526 today. And then again, the committee, particular committee has power of the money and also, the unlimited accessibility. I'm afraid that the committee may be used for the individual or groups, the political benefit or political ambition. Hopefully that's just my, the concern and also concerns from, some of, the residents. But there's a possibility, that's the reason why deeper discussion was supposed to be held prior to, the voting. And just, the news from DPW, some of, the few of the residents complain about not to pick up the recycling during the Thanksgiving holiday. So starting next year, actually, the Christmas holiday as well, on the 23rd of December, they're actually, the picking up the recycles on the west side. It's now official. And also it's indicated on the new calendar. Please, look at the schedule, follow the schedule. Put, the recycle out on the 23rd of December if you live on the west side. And lastly, I truly appreciate all the dedication and hard work of, the Councilman Jimmy Contolius. He's been serving for our community and also, the people in Ridgefield in the past 9 years. He was, the huge representative for our town. He didn't mind to travel to Washington, D.C. to meet important, the politicians to get some grant. And also, he spent his personal time to visit, the South New Jersey, all the places in New Jersey, which I couldn't do. I truly appreciate all his valuable time and valuable effort for the people in Ridgefield.
I'd just like to hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, or holiday. I wanted to introduce Leo Vasquez. I spent some time with him on the Santa tour. I did sit in the front seat. I did win the front seat, but him and his wife did sit in the back of the fire truck while we escorted Santa around town. Welcome to company number one. I want to thank Chief Russo, John Hopkins, and Chief Gary for a great job from the fire department. Also, great job, Teresa, the DPW, for the snow removal, and salting, and just to get back at being on the naughty list, I'm still trying to figure out how my selfie got on Mayor Hugo's phone. But Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, I'd just like to take this time to recognize my friend Jimmy. Go ahead.
I just want to actually Jimmy too. Thank you, Jimmy, for your service as a councilman. It's yours.
Yeah, and just to have some thoughts on this matter. You know, statistics, I could throw stats at you. Part of a team over the last 9 years, this year will crack $10 million in grant funds. He's not a fundraiser for the rec department, he's the fundraiser for the rec department. I was doing the math in my head, and Jimmy's responsible for fundraising somewhere between $80,000 and $100,000 for rec events over the last 9 years. Countless personal time, personal expense. When you own your own business, it's a tough, when you sit up here as Republican and Democrat, but coming from the rec director part of me, there's no such thing as a Republican or Democrat soccer ball, coach, basketball game. And that's how I see the people that come up here. Over the years, I've worked with Stu Veal, Anthony Suarez, Harvey Acosta, Warren Vincent, everyone up here. It really doesn't matter. They hem and haw over every nickel. They treat their money like it's their own. With the invention of the internet, it becomes very difficult to make people happy. You're always going to hear from the bottom 1% that are unhappy. So it's a thankless job. But they still find their way to come up and do it. So, those are some stats for you. But I'll tell you some things that are not in the stats as a person. Jimmy's a Steeler fan. He's a Cincinnati Red fan. We probably went to the same movie theater to see Return of the Jedi when it came out. We have a lot of things in common. And I can't begin to tell you how many times he's called me on a weekend or a night where we talked about some Star Wars or some baseball games, but the town was always there. Stopping by a street, looking at a pothole. Even this weekend, Jimmy was contacting me about some snow removal. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. And these are the things that are not going to be on the internet and never going to be out there. And you can write a book on Jimmy Catolios' accomplishments. So I see it from my eyes as just the positive things that somebody does. So I'd like to thank Jimmy, wish him the best of luck. I don't know, maybe he'll be back one day, maybe not. But I want to thank him for his time up here. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you to my colleagues for the recognition. I didn't do it for myself. I did it for Richfield. I lived here since 1977. I've seen a lot of peaks and valleys. There's still, room for improvement, but there's been a lot of accomplishments in the last 9 years. And even before I was a councilman, I sat over there as a member of the public, and I observed and I learned. And that's where you get, all this experience. Back to borough business. Even on Christmas Day, I was in contact with Kenny Sheridan and Dominic and the rest of the committees, and we made sure that our first storm, which again turned out to be kind of a nothing burger. We were expecting the biggest storm of the last 4 years and whatever, and what's going to happen. But again, the police, the fire, and the DPW, they all work hand in hand. And it's not by accident, we put together this amazing team over the last decade and beforehand, where they all work together in tandem. That way your streets are clean, your streets are safe, and there was numerous calls on Christmas Day, and the fire department was there for you. So thank you for all your service as well. Want to give a shout out to St. Matthew's and the Knights of Columbus. They had a nice Christmas tree lighting on Saturday night. JQ is very, very passionate about that stuff, so congratulations to them as well. Everybody have a happy new year, And thanks for the memories.
Good evening. Welcome to our mayor and council meeting. Hope everyone had a nice, warm holidays, Christmas days with your loved ones and families. Today, this meeting is the last mayor and council meeting this year, and I am definitely looking forward to the meeting. And we are expecting to make changes that we thought that necessary for this town. And I want to thank you, my colleagues, council members, for tirelessly working out for the new council, the committees, and also the professionals for next year. As a member who was part of those endless meetings, it was very difficult. As you know, I have my own job, but I know I'm not the only one, who actually made extra effort and made ourselves available for the town, especially to prepare for the new year. And also, just wanted to thank Jimmy for your service. As Ray and other members of the council stated, your service meant a lot, and I'm sure it came from dedication and sacrifice of your time. Some of us, definitely including myself, will be more involved with the town activities next year. And definitely I would like to know more about you, and also if you have any concerns and comments about the town, please don't hesitate to contact me and any of our council members. Happy New Year.
So I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and all the rest of the holidays. Happy New Year coming up. I know a lot of words have been spoken in regards to some things I'm going to brush up on, like the Christmas tree lighting that the Knights of Columbus held at the St. Matthew's Church, which was actually very, very nice. I had a really good time, and I saw a lot of people have a really good time, even though it was freezing. They had a couple of those fires out. Our tree lighting was really, really good as well. I think we had an amazing tree lighting as well. So hopefully next year it's going to be equal as good. I don't know if we're going to have two like that again. I don't know if it's going to be one big one. But listen, the more the merrier. So if, whatever happens, I think it's always going to be good. I know that we're going to be doing a crescent lighting. We always do it. We're going to be doing it again this year. I hope we have it scheduled for around February 11th. I don't want to be too vocal about it yet, but I guess I just did. So February 11th, hopefully we'll be doing that. And we'll have that a little bit more formally put out when I have all the final details. But, it's going to be pretty much similar to what we did last year. When we have the final details in regards to the iftar dinner as well, that's going to be publicized as well. That's something different, obviously. That's a separate group that does that. But just touching on the subject of what we got to accomplish as a group, up here as Republicans, Democrats, or whatever people want to say. I know collectively people work better together than separate, and I know Jimmy was a person that always tried, for his best for the town of Richfield. Whether I'm a Republican and he's a Democrat, whether my best friend ran a campaign and whatever happened. I think it was a respectful campaign. I think he's a respectful man, and I think that my best friend is a respectful man as well. And they did what was best. They put their best foot out for Richfield, and and I don't think that should take away from anything similar to what Ray was saying. We should shed light on the positive things instead of looking at, all right, this happened, but what led up to this? He did a lot of great things that led up to this, and I didn't even know about those $10 million of grants. That's amazing. So thank you for everything you've done to the town of Richfield. That's incredible. I hope, you find something to keep you busy. I know this was very busy, so I hope you can do something that'll, keep you active. I know that you got a lot of, things going on in your life, so thank you for that. Thank you for your time, and thank you all for being here as well. I know this was a little shorter meeting. It's not, but the sign time meeting, so thanks for coming out here for that, and thank you for recording again. All right? Good night, guys. Happy New Year.
I'd like to formalize, I'd like to thank Joe Garcia for being our town attorney for the last few years. Thank you so much for your advice over the years and your guidance and all your hard work. And I wish you good luck in the future, but I'm sure we'll slowly be seeing you. So, thank you, Joe. So, can I get a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Just, one correction. I misinformed. What I mean is that leaves will be picked up on, the 26th of November, day before the Thanksgiving. That's what I mean, not the recycle. Leaves.
Oh, okay. Okay, so motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, who'd like to come up? All right, let Twila come up first.
Yeah, sure.
Ladies first. Ladies first. Gary, you can be next.
Thank you.
Twila Hoffman, 823 Linden Avenue, Richfield. First, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Jimmy for his service. I know it's been quite tiring and a trying event for you, and there were many times that we reached out to you for different things. As we move into the new year, there are two pet projects that I would like to make sure don't fall off the radar of the mayor and council, and that is the roof of the community center. I was told it has to go out for bid. I haven't seen that happen yet. And the other thing is the veteran signs. We were talking about perhaps having some type of a committee. Excuse me. I just want to make sure they're on the radar for next year.
Definitely are. The veteran signs definitely are.
We signed a contract with Gates Banners during November to make sure that the veteran signs are occurring. We are in the process of using actually our historians, and some past research that the borough has done to get as many of our veterans represented as possible. But that'll be done through the partnership with the History Committee, or the History Club, I should say, in the new year. So those hopefully will be up right, I would say, by Memorial Day, if not sooner.
Once it starts getting warmer, hopefully you see some veteran signs. I hope so. We're definitely going to be getting the veteran signs out there. 100% going to happen.
I hope you get an application.
And the roof.
Mayor Hugo will be represented.
Do you have any updates on the roof?
No,
It's getting, she said it was.
we first have to get specifications. We'll have to have the engineer take a look at it to see what needs to be done, and then we have to go out to bid.
I just want to give you guys, additional information. Today, one of the resolution was canceling the capital improvement budget, which we didn't use it. So we have about $50,000 of leftover. That money will be towards the capital improvement in 2026. That money can be used for the, repairing the.
Yeah, I mean, before we have to have the engineer just see if, do we repair it or do we replace it? So we have to get the engineers involved. Gary, you wanted to come up?
Thank you, Mayor.
Gary, you're gonna be ending your term as chief. I wanted to thank you for your service as well.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Chief.
Before I read off my thing, I just wanted to thank Councilman Jimmy for all your assistance, help, and support of the Richfield Fire Department. On behalf of the members of the Richfield Fire Department, we appreciate everything you've done for us over the years, and thank you.
I still wear my jacket.
Mayor, I would just like to open to say that it's been an honor and a privilege to serve the Borough of Richfield as its chief of the fire department for 2025 years. And I would like to thank each and every one of you for your support here, and our Borough Administrator Ray Ramirez, and all the other departments of the Borough of Ridgefield for their very, very, very strong support for the Ridgefield Fire Department. We all appreciate it. My brothers and sisters of the Ridgefield Fire Department appreciate everything that you've done for us this year and in the years past, of course. And I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to just let you know that this year, as my success is that we made it to this point this year without issuing one Band-Aid for one firefighter. And that was what I wanted to accomplish. That's my main accomplishment, the safety of my members and the safety of the people of Ridgefield, to support and protect. And we've had a very, very successful year. And that's on behalf of everyone here, just not the fire department, but the mayor council and the various departments that support the borough of Ridgefield. So thank you. And I'd like to just mention that, I'll be supporting, we have our upcoming chief of company number 3, Frank Romeo, who's been on the fire department with me for 43 years. Started with me 43 years ago, started with Scott 43 years ago. We all went to the academy together. And we will all be there to support him in his task as the academy chief next year. And I'll be supporting him 100%, as sure everyone here will. And of course, going forward, if you ever need any questions or need any support, I'm there 24/7 for you. I think that says it all. Thank you very much again.
I want to thank you. The fact that you said not one firefighter needed a Band-Aid this year, that is a big accomplishment. And I thank you for that, Chief, for keeping our first responders safe. And it's almost unheard of, almost. But thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chief.
I also like to thank, not just the fire department, but all the department heads. They really do take care of this town. I mean, they go do inspections, the different ones. They have to give out sometimes violations. They have to sometimes give out fines. And I'd like to thank every single one of the department heads for the job they did this year. I mean, this past weekend, yesterday I found out of a home on Bergen Boulevard that they hadn't shoveled their snow. I reached out to John Hoffman, who's in charge of our property maintenance office, and he called them up right away. And it's on a Sunday night, and today he told me that sidewalk has been shoveled. And it should have been shoveled, I think the ordinance says you have to have it shoveled within 8 hours after the finish of the snow. How much?
24.
24 hours after the snow finishes, and it was past 24 hours. So he went out and talked to them. So this is the dedication we have from our department heads and our employees. So I thank them all. So anybody else like to come up? Come on, Scott. Chief Russo.
Don't make it. Don't do that. Come on. I was waiting for the say.
Chief Scott.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Scott Russo, 659 Edgewater Avenue. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get up, but I do want to say one thing. The toughest job you have in this borough, and I'm not saying that there isn't any other tougher job, is the job of a volunteer chief of the department. I want to extend my well wishes and congratulations to Gary Benangi. Gary has been on this fire department for a very long time. He had some struggles this year, as we all know, but came through it like a champ. You could go through a year and not have anything happen. Gary, I think you had just about everything happen. He's obviously has more gray hair and has lost some hair in this year, right?
Quite a few.
Yeah, and had some struggles at home, which I won't get into, but I do wish the man well. He did his job, and as of January 1, he will be an ex-chief, which is probably the easiest job of them all, because the ex-chief is the one that could sit there and just shrug his shoulders at some of the stuff that goes on. But I do want to thank him for his service, as I will later on. But he got up and humbled himself to say thank you to the mayor and council, which is always the case. But Gary, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And of course, we look forward to you being a captain. He didn't drop, just dropped in one rank to captain, and is going to be handling number 3, which, as we all know, is a task to itself. The other thing is, I want to thank the mayor and council for their support, and I look forward to the support for next year. And I hope we're able to work as well, and I don't have to, as a matter of fact, at Gary's suggestion, I think I'm going to take the Band-Aids off the trucks, so I don't have to give out one this year coming out. But I'm not going to jinx myself. But I want to wish my friend Jimmy Contolio as well. The man was a gentleman the whole time. Last year, we drove around in a truck the whole time, him announcing that Santa was coming, which we had a lot of fun. And that's always a good time. The man is dedicated, and that's all you can ask for people. And I wish him well, my friend. Other than that, I wish everybody a Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you. Anybody else like to come up? Yes. Oh, wait. I usually do lady first. Lisa, come on.
I just want to confirm the location of the reorg meeting.
Right
It
here.
is going to be here? Okay.
Patrick? And congratulations, Patrick. You're our new Board of Ed trustee.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to wish everyone, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And I want to thank Councilman Jimmy Contolios for his 9 years of service. He has done a lot for this community. I grew up in this community for, I guess, almost 14 years now, and he's done a huge part in improving our community. Ever since I moved here, since I was very young, I've seen this community improve a lot, and Jimmy was a huge part of that. So I want to thank him for his years of service, his dedication, and on the Board of Education, I look forward to working with all of you, the mayor and council, the entire community. I'll do everything I can on my part to make sure we can build a consensus and making sure that our kids are being served. So with that, I hope everyone have a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else like to come up and speak? Okay, can we get a motion? Oh, yes, come on.
You almost missed it.
Sean Shalinski, 764 Island Avenue, Richfield, New Jersey. I'd like to wish everybody a happy and a healthy new year. Don't let anything be a limit. The sky's the limit. Jim, we go back a long way. I want to wish you nothing but the best in all your future endeavors. And thank you very much for all your time served. You're welcome. God bless.
Anybody else like to come up? Okay, can I get a motion to close?
I just want to tell Chief Bonacci, like I know everybody has said it, but I just also want to echo on what we were all saying. You know, I know this year has been, I don't think you could write it as crazier as it's been. So, you know, behind the scenes, I know you've been dealing with all of that, and you know, the way you've dealt with it, and the way, like everybody has said, you know, with your head high like a gentleman, and the person representing this town like you've always had for forever. And you know, I thank you for that. I know everybody thanks you for that, and you know, it all gets recognized. And thank you so much for that. You know, just want to show my gratitude to you.
Thank you.
Can I get a motion to close the meeting to the public?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then I just wanted to add one last thing. Ray, you talked about fundraising, and I think we raised a lot of money for these Christmas events. I know Gino donated $250 to sponsor it. Just to let everybody know, I didn't donate $251. So that was it. All right, on that note, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Meeting adjourned.